Billy wanted to become confident. Not fake Instagram confidence. Not alpha male podcast confidence. Real confidence. The kind where you stop overthinking every conversation. Stop feeling awkward constantly. And stop mentally collapsing because someone looked at you weird for 0.3 seconds. But Billy had one small problem. His brain interpreted absolutely everything as danger. Posting online? Danger. Speaking up? Danger. Making phone calls? Advanced psychological warfare. And the worst part? Billy thought confidence was something people were born with. Like height, or cheekbones, or the ability to assemble IKEA furniture without spiritual damage. But then Billy discovered something real big. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's evidence. And once he understood that, everything started changing. Chapter 1. Your brain believes your actions. Unfortunately, Billy's brain was not impressed. Because your brain trusts behavior more than positive thinking. You can repeat affirmations all day. But if your actions constantly communicate avoidance, hesitation, procrastination, fear, and self-doubt, your brain quietly concludes, oh, we are apparently fragile. This is how insecurity is built. Not through one giant traumatic movie scene. Usually through tiny repeated moments. You say you'll wake up early. You don't. You avoid difficult conversations. You overthink messages for 47 minutes. You keep delaying things you know matter. Individually, tiny, repeated daily, psychological programming. Because your brain is constantly asking, what kind of person are we? And then it answers using your behavior. Which means confidence is not really about feeling fearless. It's about building self-trust. Chapter 2. Avoidance trains fear. Billy believed avoiding uncomfortable things protected him. But his brain interpreted avoidance very differently. Every time you avoid something, your brain learns, that situation must be dangerous. Which means avoidance accidentally trains fear. And unfortunately, the relief feels rewarding. Your brain says, excellent survival instincts. We escaped successfully. So the fear grows stronger next time. This is why socially anxious people often become more anxious over time. The brain never receives updated evidence. It never learns, oh, maybe talking to others will not immediately destroy us. The more discomfort you avoid, the smaller your comfort zone becomes. Eventually, even tiny things feel overwhelming. Replying to emails. Ordering food differently. Posting content online. Making eye contact with cashiers. The problem is usually not inability. It's accumulated avoidance conditioning. Chapter 3. Confident people still feel nervous. Billy assumed confident people felt zero fear. Wrong. Most confident people still feel nervous constantly. Before presentations, before dates, before difficult conversations, before trying new things. The difference is, they stopped interpreting fear as catastrophe. Insecure people think, I feel nervous. Therefore I cannot handle this. Confident people think, I feel nervous. Therefore this matters. Same feeling. Different interpretation. This changed everything for Billy. Because confidence is not the absence of anxiety. It's reduced self-doubt through repeated proof. You survive awkward moments. You survive embarrassment. You survive rejection. You survive failure. And eventually your brain starts realizing, interesting, perhaps we are harder to destroy than previously estimated. Chapter 4. Overthinking destroys confidence.
No, Kevin.
Billy also suffered from a dangerous condition called thinking excessively about everything. Overthinking destroys confidence because the brain starts simulating failure endlessly. Imaginary embarrassment, imaginary rejection, imaginary disasters, and your nervous system reacts as if those scenarios are real. Meanwhile, action creates clarity. Reality is usually far less terrifying than anticipation. That difficult conversation, usually shorter than expected. That task you delayed for 3 months, sometimes solved in 18 minutes. Confidence grows from evidence, not endless mental rehearsal. Chapter 5. Your environment is reprogramming your brain. Then Billy discovered something deeply upsetting. His lifestyle was emotionally sabotaging him. Sleep schedule, destroyed. Attention span, cooked. Screen time, scientifically concerning. A lot of people think they lack confidence, when they actually lack nervous system stability. Modern life trains the brain for constant comparison, constant stimulation, constant distraction, constant validation seeking. And an overstimulated brain rarely feels calm or secure. Confidence needs stability, not perfection, which is why basic things matter more than people realize. Sleep, exercise, sunlight, movement, focus, less scrolling. Your brain is physical. A sleep-deprived brain interprets life more negatively. An exhausted nervous system feels more uncertain. Billy hated how reasonable this sounded. Chapter 6. Comparison is poisoning your self-worth.
No.
Everyone appears wealthier, hotter, more productive, more successful, emotionally stable and suspiciously good at morning routines. Your brain was not designed to compare your real life against thousands of edited highlight reels daily. But now it happens constantly. And over time, your brain quietly concludes, we are behind in life. The problem is, comparison shifts your focus from growth to ranking. Instead of asking, am I improving? You start asking, am I better than them? And that game never ends. Because there will always be someone ahead of you somewhere. Confident people focus more on trajectory than status. Growth instead of ranking. Chapter 7. Self-trust creates confidence. Then Billy discovered the most powerful confidence trick of all. Keeping promises to himself. Because every time you repeatedly break promises to yourself, your brain notices. I'll start tomorrow. I'll wake up early. I'll stop procrastinating. Repeatedly ignored promises slowly destroy self-trust. But tiny completed actions rebuild it. One workout. One difficult conversation. One uncomfortable action daily. Tiny proof compounds psychologically. And eventually, confidence stops feeling fake. Because now it's earned. Billy did not become fearless. He still gets nervous. Still overthinks sometimes. Still rehearses phone calls occasionally. But now Billy understands something important. Confidence is not something you magically feel before action. It's something your brain builds after action. Every avoided fear teaches weakness. Every survived discomfort teaches resilience. Every promise kept teaches self-trust. And over time, your brain slowly updates its conclusion about who you are. Not because fear disappeared, but because he finally learned. We can handle difficult things. And honestly, that changes everything.